General Hospital GH. Spoilers reveal that Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, has a target on his back. Someone planted a bomb at his penthouse, and sadly Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, was severely burned and injured. Who is trying to eliminate Sonny, and will they strike again? A repeat attack seems likely because we're most likely talking mob forces and they don't play. This means that someone will be caught up in violence, and it could be another innocent person again, maybe even Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue. General Hospital spoilers. Who wants Sonny Corinthos dead? No one seems to be safe around Sonny, and yet they keep flocking to him, perhaps thinking they will not be hurt. Another in his circle will. This has happened time and again, and we predict that the next attack will injure or even kill whoever is unlucky enough to be caught in the crossfire of Sonny's dangerous life. GH spoilers. Sonny Corinthos' dangerous life. A hot GH preview shows that in the January 21 episode, Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, tries to warn Natalia about how people close to Sonny get hurt. Soaps drop lines like this as a hint of what's to come, and it could be that Natalia is not long for this world. There is a killing spree taking place on the show, so it makes sense that the bloodbath is not over. What has Natalia done lately except work at Deception and kept her big mouth shut? Some fans are speculating that because Natalia is close to Sonny and not involved in a big story right now, she will be the one to pay the price. GH spoilers. Is Natalia Ramirez leaving GH? Natalia rubbed some viewers the wrong way from day one with her attitude and perspective. When was the last time we saw Sonny take her out or just talk to her? Nonetheless, if something happens to her because of Sonny, the Dawn will be racked with even more guilt, making for some great drama. General Hospital spoilers. Will Sonny become guilt-ridden? If Sonny watches his son Michael and Natalia harmed because of him, he would escalate the war and fans will see some riveting drama unfold on their screens. Will Sonny unleash a revenge spree that shakes PC to its core? Be sure to tune in and find out. General Hospital. Natalia becomes collateral damage. The Corinthos coffee warehouse loomed in the misty Port Charles dawn, its quiet exterior betraying the storm brewing within Sonny Corinthos' life. The mob kingpin sat in his office, eyes fixed on a photo of his family. Sonny had always prided himself on keeping his personal life separate from his criminal world, but the lines were beginning to blur. The recent bomb attack on his penthouse had left his son, Michael, severely injured. The walls of his empire were closing in, and Sonny felt the weight of every decision he'd ever made. Across town, Natalia Ramirez sipped her morning coffee at Deception Cosmetics. The office was a hive of activity, with Maxie Jones barking orders to the team. Natalia's role at Deception was low profile but rewarding. She loved her work, far removed from the chaos of Sonny's life, or so she thought. Maxie approached her, concern etched across her face. "Natalia, can we talk?" Natalia set her coffee down, noting the unusual seriousness in Maxie's tone. "Of course, what's going on?" Maxie hesitated, then leaned closer. "I've been around Sonny long enough to know that being close to him, it's dangerous. People get hurt, Natalia, sometimes worse." Natalia's brow furrowed. "Maxie, I'm not involved in Sonny's business. We're friends, nothing more." "That doesn't matter," Maxie insisted. "Danger doesn't discriminate. Just be careful, okay?" Natalia nodded, though a flicker of unease settled in her chest. Chapter 1. The Second Strike. The night was unusually quiet as Natalia walked to her car in the Deception parking lot. She'd stayed late to finish a project, the office now dark behind her. She had just unlocked her car when a black SUV screeched into the lot. The sound of gunfire erupted, shattering the stillness. Natalia dove behind her car, her heart pounding. She heard tires squeal as the SUV sped away, leaving behind chaos and broken glass. Trembling, she reached for her phone and dialed the only person she knew could help. "Sonny, it's Natalia," she said, her voice shaking. "There was a shooting. I don't know who they were, but they were after me." Sonny's voice was calm but firm. "Where are you? Stay there. I'm sending someone now." Within minutes, Jason Morgan arrived, his stoic presence a source of comfort. He assessed the scene, his sharp eyes scanning for clues. "You're lucky you weren't hit," Jason said. "But this isn't over. If they're targeting you, they'll be back." Natalia's fear deepened. She wasn't just collateral damage, she was a target. Chapter 2. Tensions Rise. The next morning, Sonny paced the floor of his office, frustration etched into his features. Natalia sat on the couch, her hands clasped tightly. "Why me?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm not involved in any of this." Sonny stopped pacing and looked at her. "You're close to me, Natalia. That's enough for them. They want to send a message, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process." Natalia's eyes filled with tears. "I can't live like this, Sonny. I didn't sign up for this kind of danger." Sonny's expression softened. "I'll protect you, I promise, but you need to trust me." Natalia nodded reluctantly. She had no choice but to put her faith in Sonny, even as the world around her grew darker. Chapter 3. A Deadly Game. The attacks on Sonny escalated in the following weeks. His coffee shipments were sabotaged, his businesses threatened. Natalia's life became a series of safe houses and security details. She felt like a prisoner, her once normal life now a distant memory. One evening, as she sat alone in a safe house, Natalia's phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "Leave Port Charles, or the next attack will be your last." Natalia stared at the message, her heart pounding. She showed it to Jason when he arrived later that night. "They're trying to scare you," Jason said, "but we're not going to let them win." Natalia wasn't convinced. She'd already seen the lengths Sonny's enemies would go to. How much longer before they succeeded? Chapter 4. The Breaking Point. The final straw came when Natalia's apartment was bombed. She wasn't home at the time, but the destruction was absolute. Standing outside the charred remains, she turned to Sonny, her voice trembling with anger. "I can't do this anymore, Sonny. I can't keep looking over my shoulder, wondering if today will be the day they finally get me." Sonny's jaw tightened. "I'll find out who's behind this, and when I do, they'll regret ever coming near you." "And what about me?" Natalia demanded. "What's left of my life when this is all over?" Sonny had no answer. He could only promise that he would make it right, even as he wondered if such a promise was possible. Chapter 5. Natalia's Choice. Natalia knew she couldn't stay in Port Charles. The danger was too great, and she couldn't live with the constant fear. She made the difficult decision to leave, despite Sonny's protests. "You don't have to do this," Sonny said, his voice heavy with regret. "I can keep you safe." Natalia shook her head. "It's not just about safety, Sonny. It's about my sanity, my life. I need to start over, somewhere far away from all of this." Sonny nodded reluctantly, understanding even as it pained him. "If you ever need anything, you call me, no matter where you are." Natalia gave him a small, sad smile. "Thank you, Sonny, for everything." Epilogue. A New Beginning. Months later, Natalia found herself in a small coastal town, far from the chaos of Port Charles. She'd started a new job, made new friends, and begun to rebuild her life. But every now and then, she'd think of Sonny and wonder if he'd finally found peace. Back in Port Charles, Sonny stood in his office, staring at a photo of Natalia. He'd lost many people over the years, but Natalia's departure hit differently. She'd been an innocent caught in his world, and her absence was a stark reminder of the cost of his choices. As Sonny turned back to his work, he vowed to honor Natalia's memory by making Port Charles safer, even if it meant putting himself in the line of fire. It was the least he could do for those he failed to protect.